it broke clean off. To add a little bit of M performance to the interior.
DP, like, this is not...
Light up screen. Ooh, whoa. Ooh, man, DP.
Oh, that's a good sound.
Yeah, I think that's... Look at these. Welcome back to my BMW 330i wagon build, and thanks to Eibach for supporting this video series. They have now released an OE replacement line called ERL, so Eibach replacement line of springs. So if you're in the market for an OE replacement spring, certainly check them out. And since this is a 2018 model year, I'm not looking for any replacement springs because they weren't rusted and I wanted to lower the car. So I am running a set of these Eibach sport lines, and if you watch the previous episode, you would have seen this thing sitting nice and low. However, here we are on the lift, something I didn't necessarily want to start this episode off with. I went to bleed the brakes on this car because, as you saw, we did this massive brake upgrade, and the bleeder valve on this side cracked loose without an issue. However, on the back side, this is what happened. It broke clean off. Even after I put about 10 minutes of heat into it, I tried everything I could, it just sheared right off. This is what it's supposed to look like when it comes out, and this is what's now happened. With these off, we can have a closer look at what has happened here. Unfortunately, this is an aluminum caliper with a steel bleeder, and the corrosion, this likely has never been cracked over the 7-8 years that it's been on a vehicle here, dealing with the snow and the salt and all the corrosion, and it is in there very, very tight. And now it's time to send this off to get it repaired. Victory has been had, everybody. And not by me. So Rob, thank you so much over at Auto Evolution, and James, who actually did the work. They were able to extract the broken bleeders, as you can see here. And man, I am beyond thankful that they were able to do this without wrecking the threads. And the tip that I got from James was basically what you want to do is you want to heat this and then cool it off. So heat it, cool it off, heat it and cool it off a number of times, which in turn kind of like frees the rust, breaks it up. And then what he did was drill a larger hole and came in with an easy out and just like basically hammered it in there, and voila, screwed them out, and there we are. Very like, there's no damage to the paint either, which is wonderful. So, and you can see I've got a bleeder right here, gonna go in, and disaster averted. This is also another, pro tip per se, is situations like this, you can try to do this on your own, but if you mess this up, you're out a caliper. Take it to a professional. This was inexpensive from them. I got charged like an hour's worth of labor, so it was certainly worth it 100% to get this done by somebody who knows how to do this. With the brake fiasco finally past us here, we can move on to another very big job, and that is a full interior swap. There's nothing wrong with this interior, actually. It's, a black on black car is usually a preferred choice of a lot of people. But when I stumbled across this from a fellow F31 owner on Facebook, I figured, you know what? Brown is kind of a cool color. I think it's gonna look neat inside this vehicle. However, there is one small catch. There's going to be a lot of work involved putting in the rear seats. Normally these would have the full backs, but because Matt, the previous owner of this interior, did an M3 swap, he used all of the shell for the rear wagon seats. And in doing so, this means now I have to take it off of our seats and move it over. So it's gonna be a little bit of extra work. This certainly is a little new to me. I haven't seen a seat belt that's attached to the seat. However, look at the access on this. This is really good, Dave.
Yeah, it is. It's
this
simple.
Is very good. We can get this off, and then basically, I think we've got like 4 E-Torx bolts holding this seat down, and we should be ready to yank this thing out in no time.
Power clips underneath too, for these power clips.
Oh, that's right. There's going to be a whole harness.
Yes, there will.
I've forgotten. It's not going to be like the back in the days of
it's not an EG
the Hondas where there's like one little plug.
Yeah.
Yes, there's going to be a harness. We'll show you that in a sec. It kind of is like the Honda days. It's just a much larger plug. Look at this, Dave.
Wow.
Look, that's it.
Very simple, actually.
That's the way to go. There's not like
just
8
one
or
plug.
Yeah, exactly. There's like 5 plugs underneath here for all the, for this module, but from car to there, that's it. And we can basically pull the seat. I think I've left it in the right position at this point to, I've kind of like put it vertical. Oh, you know what? I wonder if these guys come out. That will make life much easier. And there we are, headrest out. This is where you always end up scratching your car, but I think I'm gonna do it. It's out, look at that. So quick, so easy.
Well, I've been following Pete around with a shop vac here, cleaning up underneath the front seats. And when he got the rear seats out, look at the amount of food underneath the rear cushion. It could feed,
like chipmunks.
It could feed a small village back here. Now, if I was PT, I would probably take this. Oh, no, there's no chocolate left in there.
It's disintegrated.
It's got one of these gold chocolate coins, but yeah, it's disintegrated.
Oh, that's not looking so good.
You can see the dust that lives there. So the good news is I don't see any mouse poop. I think it's all just food from kitties that have lived under here. So let's get this.
Well, and we do have a solution for this, DP, later on, which we will show everybody. I was just about to remove the rear center section here and folded this down just to have a look and see what's in here. And then I realized, why do we come over here? The center section here, well, all it has is the center armrest. So I am missing the actual like brown leather that goes up here, the headrest here, which is a bit of an issue, DP, because I mean, it would be a look per se to have a black center piece, but not the kind of look that I am going for. So I just spoke to Matt about it. He thinks he may have it at home. I'm not 100% sure. That may actually be him calling. But we're gonna take a pause on the brown interior right now and jump over to some other stuff that I have to install. To add a little bit of M performance to the interior, I've sourced this, which I think is a really awesome upgrade. As you can see, it is basically the M performance version of all of the interior pieces that right now are this like white carbon right here. And we're gonna go with this like matte carbon finish all the way around the shifter, even the shifter itself, the boot, and all of the doors. And there is our M Performance dash, the Alcantara with the dry carbon. Really does look great. And as you guys saw, the install isn't bad at all. My shifter thing, I was really the most worried about this piece right here, but once I figured that this was glued on and you just kind of like pry it off, it came off. And fitment on this is remarkable. Like, it is really, really good. It fits up so nice. If you look at the color of this, you know, Alcantara suede, comparatively to the shift boot, this is darker than this. This is almost like a bluish color. Also aftermarket piece. So I may go back to the black leather if this bugs me too much. And one other thing to note, I don't know why the M Performance kit doesn't really include the vent over here. And as you guys saw, there was this like silver trim here. So I put a little bit of vinyl just to black it out. I think it looks way better than having it like that silver trim, but it is a little bit confusing as to why they just didn't run a little bit more carbon around here. You can see I do have this nice dry carbon trim here for the door, and that means having to take this off. Oh, there we are. This is really tight here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's this little clip down here that gets caught, but
there you go.
It does seem like that's the way to go.
Yep.
Now, normally I would just put this back on, but I do have a speaker upgrade here.
Look at the number of tools in here.
DP, like, this is not, this is crazy. I feel that little metal tab the guy was talking about, but
yeah,
this is starting to get ridiculous here. I feel like I'm gonna...
Two of them on one side and two
yeah,
on the
of course.
side.
There's probably a lot.
Oh boy.
You can see it's right there, see? But look at it, it's already pushed in, DP.
Oh boy.
I'm just like, and this is what you don't want to break here. This is all the buttons.
This is where Peter destroys his car for a speaker upgrade.
That's right. Look at the question is, why do you have to remove this? Why do you have to remove this? Well, DP, like, let's just
try pulling it off.
Let's just pull this off first, okay? So I'm not going to take this whole door card off.
You just want to get it off.
I just need to like access the speaker here.
Yeah,
so
okay. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh my God! You know what they make these clips stronger than the door card itself. Feels like.
Yeah, the card's gonna fail.
Yeah, it's like it feels like the card itself is like not. It's more flimsy. Now there's these clips up top here that, see, look at, I'm gonna like rip the whole door card. Oh! Whew. Okay. Look.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You can't get the speakers out.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
Now normally I wouldn't do an upgrade like this, but Harry T off of Instagram reached out to me and said, hey, look, I've got these speakers. Put them in, they're gonna sound way better. They are a huge upgrade over the base model ones, which this is a base model car. You can see, check that speaker out versus this speaker. Even the weight of it, this feels plasticky. This is real.
Versus a Kevlar column.
So
yeah,
B and W, which is, I was gonna say Bang & Olufsen, but Bang & Wolfson? Is that what,
no, BMW is a very well-known audio company out of the UK. They make really high quality.
Yeah, there
stuff.
you go. So this is the premium upgrade, and we also have a set of tweeters to put up into here. So this is certainly, and the beauty of this is all plug and play. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm past the part where I need to curse some more. We're in the home stretch here. I just have to install this. So with those speakers in, now comes the fun part of trying to pop this all back on, which should really be way easier than taking it off, but
should it though?
It should be DP, but you can see like getting.
There you go.
You really gotta
need the violence.
Slam that bad boy. Okay, so it's in the top now. Does that feel good?
Looks good.
Feels good. Finish this off here. Let's get this carbon on. Finesse. Gap is good. There. Clipped in. Okay. I'm gonna give that a 8 out of 10 for fitment. Little gap. I don't
a bit of a gap.
love it there,
yeah,
but I'm not gonna notice that after a day or two of driving.
Yeah.
And really, from a look standpoint, this looks so much cleaner, so much more premium with this dry carbon. This is what Lamborghinis have, Zondas. So the black seats are back in, and unfortunately Matt hasn't found that center section, so for now they are staying. And we made one critical error. I think we closed the door and opened it up when we had these seats out. The battery is hooked up, and it has now caused an airbag error, and that is not good. I've got this new V-Diag tool here that hopefully will be able to fix this error. So we're gonna do a quick scan. So you can see we do have quite a bit of faults here right now. So
BMW
basically,
doing BMW things, Peter.
well, you know, I'm just gonna clear all of the codes. Let's just start off with that and see if that's going to fix it. So that would be nice, DP, if we were just able to clear that. And we have, so the airbag light is off, DP.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
That's pretty good. To really modernize this vehicle, basically to new-ish BMW standards, I have gone out and ordered a digital dash from BAV Mods. And this unit is, as you can see, fully digital. It's gonna look really awesome. You're gonna be quite surprised here, DP, to see, I think, how easily this comes apart, because I think it's just these two screws. And that's it. Look at this, DP, look at this.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, how many plugs? There's one plug back here. I'm gonna be beyond impressed. Let's see, let's
CAN
see.
bus, right? It probably is one.
It is two. There we are. Okay, all right, okay, come on. Got a bit of an issue. There we are. So this actually, there is a newer cluster. I think it's called the 6WB from BMW. It is an OEM upgrade, and it was a digital cluster to a certain extent. However, it is ungodly expensive, needs coding, and does not give you as many features as one of these, which is like the full digital one. And this one is going to, as I said, look like, you know, the new G series cars. So let's get this plugged in and fired up and show you what the future of a BMW is here. Ooh, I see some light up screen. Ooh. Whoa. Ooh. Man, DP.
Look at that.
That thing looks awesome. That is modern BMW right there. And really the neat thing about this digital cluster is it is fully upgradable. So if you want to go to like M spec gauges, you can upgrade it through a USB cable. This does allow for that updates, and you can see it gives you a ton of information. So now I've got like coolant, oil temperature, battery voltage, and then you can kind of scroll through here and set different things and add even more information. Like, look, we've got steering angle here, and let me show you this. We've got all our modes. So sport mode turns on, you can see red, comfort, and Eco Pro. Pro. There you go. We've got it all there. I just love the fact that now I've got all the information right in front of me, and it really does modernize the cluster in such a cool way. I have read, you know, because of the big screen, and you do get a little bit more glare than you would, for example, on a normal analog cluster, but from everything that the reviews say, it's so minor that it really isn't going to, you know, upset you enough. So this is a huge win. Check out BAV Mods if you're looking for one of these. And just quickly to touch on the heads-up display here, these cars, for whatever reason, when they installed CarPlay from the factory, they only gave it like half the screen or 3/4 of the screen, and you can actually upgrade to what you see here is the full screen CarPlay. Thanks to Bimmer Experts on IG, he logged in and he was able to code the car and do this, and coded actually a bunch of other small little annoying things like the the double push to turn everything off on the car. Now it's a single one. He changed the way the door locks work for me. That was one of the most annoying things on this car, is when you would unlock the doors, it would only unlock one door rather than all of them. So he was able to code a bunch of stuff. So if you've got a BMW and you're looking for, you know, upgraded coding or full screen CarPlay, certainly check him out.
Now for the one job that I'm willing to do on a BMW, and that is remove the floor liners. This is the OE floor mat, which isn't a terrible design, but as you can see, it's completely flat, so it doesn't protect the carpets along the side or in the center tunnel particularly well, and there's not a lot of volume to it to hold like slush and snow and all the dirt and grime that we deal with here in the Canadian environment, or for our American friends in like the Midwest and the Northeast. So to better protect this car, because Peter does really love it, and to be honest, I like it a lot too, we've turned to our friends at WeatherTech Canada for a set of their floor liners. We're doing all the liners, front, rear, and in the trunk, as well as that little rollout protector for the rear bumper. And you can also see it's got like a sunken area here to...
For some of you, a car seat cover may be so cringeworthy that you're thinking, why on earth would I be doing this? But if you guys saw the amount of candy dirt debris that I had when I pulled the rear seat up, that is a byproduct of young kids. And that's why I am installing the seat protector both on this seat and on the backs of the front seats for things like, you know, food and protection. And then as a level of extra safety, for those of you that are like, you know what, I don't want a car cover, but I want to protect my nice leather seats from a car seat, WeatherTech does make this mat that goes in like this, and then you drop your car seat in, and it goes on top of that and really protects the leather, as you can see like that. So really a great, brilliant thing. So for those of you who do have kids, look into this stuff, because to me, this is a great investment into protecting what is, like this car, a very nice interior. We're moving on to some exterior mods, and the first thing is a front lip. And there are a few options out on the market for these vehicles, and truthfully, I just don't like any of the aftermarket ones. So I went with the M Performance one, which is an OEM option, and as you can see, it's gonna bolt on as such like that. And I think it looks pretty dang good. You can see there's a whole bunch of like reinforcement that has to be put in. This is an OEM piece that I sourced through FCP Euro, so they actually have access to this stuff, which is really great. And there look to be like a lot of bolts and some plastic rivets. So this being OEM, it required a ton of fasteners, but it is on there super tight and fitment is perfect. I did have these pieces painted to match the bumper, which I think was the right call. And this lip, there's a reason why this lip is literally run on 90% of like the F30s and the F31s. It's because it just looks so good and so complete. So I do have a set of side skirts. Let's go look at those next. These are also OEM M Performance side skirts, and I bought them thinking I was going to run them because truthfully they don't look bad. They kind of complete the look width of the front end of that front little lip. However, I'm unsure about them, and really the reason is the rears here. So the trouble is BMW didn't make an OEM M Performance rear bumper side spat that matches this. This was basically the closest thing I could find. And as you can see, the profile is way different. I was thinking about maybe like routering this to make it match a little bit closer to this. And you can see with this on here, it just doesn't have a proper OEM finish to it. It looks aftermarket. So I just don't want to put this on and then be stuck with this aftermarket piece in the rear. It's just not going to match. If I can find something that matches like this perfectly, then we'll put it on, you know, in the future. But right now, I think, yeah, I'm saying no to these, but you guys post in the comments and post if you have or you know of a rear bumper spat that matches this perfectly though. I'm not gonna settle for just close. I want like a perfect OEM finish. Next up here is just to tidy up a little bit of the exterior, and I wanna get rid of this orange reflector. I bought Amazon special tinted ones, so they're gonna look a little bit better here. And apparently what you're supposed to do is just heat this up. This is glued in here, believe it or not. And then you can kind of push on it. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's starting to go. Hopefully it doesn't like deform the bumper here, DP.
Yeah. It's not a cheap bumper, I'm sure.
No, and I can see it's starting to go. You can see. I I can grab this and be able to. Oh yeah, there we go. Believe it or not, this is considered tinted. It looks like it's black, but there is like a reflector in there somewhere.
Hilarious.
It is hilarious. I kind of would want it a little bit less black.
Yeah.
To just so it would look,
Looks like a block off plate, not a light.
It does, and that's probably what they're,
Going for
here, but
you're saying the Euro cars don't have these, right?
yeah, I'm pretty confident those bumpers don't have them, but the other thing that I don't like, I can tell you already that I'm not going to be happy with, is I looked at it and the thickness of this is thicker than the factory,
really?
so you can see it's going to stick out a bit. Yeah,
that's weird.
See?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not, look at that.
Yeah, that's weird.
DP. It looks good. Like on a black bumper, this is certainly the way to go. Like this is the easy button. It almost matches the paint other than a little bit of the metallic. So we're gonna leave it. So the last unsightly reflector here is the turn signal in the mirror. So I did get a smoked one, which I think is going to complement the front quite nicely. And my biggest concern with doing this job is I can potentially crack the mirror.
Ooh, like the glass.
The glass. That's right, DP. It's a little risky, but I'm gonna send it. We're gonna see what happens here. Now what you gotta do is kind of get underneath it here. It is just like clipped in, and then slowly pry, DP. Slowly pry.
You're stressing me out, man.
I know, man. Me too. Oh, that's a good sound.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's the sound.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
You really wanted to change that. Too. Willing to do this, PT.
Look at that. This does kind of just pop out, and then I should be able to slide this out. Finesse it. Here we go.
Brute force it.
There we go. One little clip here. Oh, it's out, DP. It's out. This could be less than 5 minutes. Look at this. In the new one goes.
You did cheat a little, right? You had a dry run on the other side?
No, that's not cheating.
Let's be honest. Let's tell the people what really happened.
That's not cheating,
here.
DP.
Somebody went and had a practice run and then made it look like you knew
no,
what
well,
was
look at this.
side.
The most nerve-wracking part here. Make some clicking noises, and I think it feels like it's in.
Is it?
Yes.
You don't want that falling off.
No, you don't. And check it out. That is, I think, a really nice upgrade. Let's see what it looks like with the flasher going.
Oh, interesting.
You can see. Ooh, you're talking about serious upgrade. All of a sudden, this thing's got some sequential movement there. Look at that, DP.
Fancy.
Upgrade. Now this upgrade is one I am especially looking forward to, and a rare option. So these taillights are what they call LCI. So they are the upgraded version, the last generation of taillight for the F31 series. And you can see they're quite nice, but the boys over at FCP Euro, thank you to Alex and JR, have sourced me a set of, I think these are called M Performance taillights, and they are only available in Europe, and they are gonna be so awesome. Look at these. These look so much cooler. They're almost like a see-through and more of like a dark color. So let's see what these bad boys look like here. Thankfully, swapping these outers is 2 10mm nuts, and then look at this, one plug here. This is also why I love wagons. Access to the tail lamps. It's just so easy. So it's essentially the exact same thing, other than, like I said, the clear lens. So it's certainly cool. I'm digging it, especially on the black car. I think this looks so rad. Taillights completed. I'm loving them. And for the last piece, I have this little aftermarket spoiler that goes on here. And it's just subtle enough that I think it's going to enhance the rear. So there it is on, and I think we have a worthy OEM Plus rear spoiler here. Just a very subtle look, exactly what you want. There are some other models out there that are way higher and really give this wagon a more boy racer look, but I think this is perfect for the M Performance style that I've been going for here. And I know I promised you the summer wheel and tire package in this episode, but we literally have run out of time. We got to get this video published and ready to go for you guys for Saturday. And it's been a full holiday season, so we've been working on reduced hours. And not to make another excuse up, but we still don't have the center caps, so we're waiting for the center caps to arrive for these beautiful Titan 7 wheels. I think they're gonna look amazing on this car in this gunmetal color. So you guys will have to stay tuned for the next episode where this thing is going to be completed. We're gonna take it for a drive. We're gonna show you that new Dynatune. We're gonna load that in, see the performance gains on that, and really just explain to you why I think this is one of the best daily drivers out there. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have had a happy new year, and we will see you in the next one.